Alright, I'm here. I literally always forget to tweet about the stream, and I have to do it like super quick just before starting, so sorry for the delay. Hello everybody. Are you guys ready for more teeth? This one will be a little bit different. It won't be like another mouth shot. I came for the teeth, I stayed for the teeth. Exactly, that's what we're here for. Also, like, hey Hannah, and Kiwi, Professor, Forest Shark, Sora. If I missed anybody, hello, Val, hello everybody. Remember to stay hydrated during the stream. Yes, we are working on teeth again. You might see it's an X-ray this time, so it's gonna be slightly different. At least as, like, I have the pictures, I have a like basic idea of what I want to do, but I don't have like the final image in mind, if that makes sense. So we'll try to figure that out. Came for the tea, let's stay for the teeth. I like that. Yes, hydrate, everybody. This is your doctor speaking. Dr. Teeth speaking. Okay. I have a couple ideas to this. Let me just, for people who might be new, let me just run you through the basics. So this month I'm doing a 30-day challenge called E-Remember, in which we have 30 different mystery prompts, and we're gonna try to come up with an edit and a little story for it every day, as many days as we can at least. So here's a little primer on E-Remember if you want to see the prompt list. But what we want to do is do the prompt number 8, which will be the one for tomorrow, called Calcium Hyperproficiency. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, Calcium Hyperproficiency. It's a made-up disease name, so I mean, we got calcium, we got a disease. This is like a prime spot to make some creepy teeth things. So that is what we're gonna. That's what we're gonna try to achieve. Have emotional support water bottle with me. That is good. To explain the idea I will be pursuing for this prompt, imagine those skin-wrapped dino skeletons, but for normal people. Oh yes, I really like that, Kiwi. That's fantastic. My new dentist has a full head jaw X-ray on the wall and a collection of very artsy slices. Classic. Yeah, it's very classy. I like that. What if the teeth are scary? Have you ever thought about that? Okay, I guess for people who haven't seen my previous teeth things, I'll just run you through a couple of them. So one of them I did a few months ago, and it was for my fractal syndrome, or for my fractal series, specifically for the fractal syndrome part of it, in which we like explain a strange syndrome where people start becoming fractal, including these little slides here. And one of them with this fractal mouth. So that was my first teeth edit. A lot of people got freaked out. And recently, we got another one called Tombstone Teeth, which was one of these prompts for this month. And we did this. This was just a few days ago. It was last week. And again, I horrified people. So I guess teeth things have a real effect on folks. on some folks. I think it's a very personal thing, like how it affects you. There's some people who are like completely unbothered, and there's some people who are completely horrified. No in between. So yes, teeth edits. Yes, this X-ray here has a broken finger because it was the best quality hand X-ray I could find, and most X-rays have this. Have something wrong with.
Absolutely horrifying. I love it. Also, thank you for the support on my grad project on Twitter. Meant a lot to me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for the bits. And I love that Texas bitch. Yes, okay, I missed a bunch of follows. Welcome everybody. Sleepy X Hero, Blake Bat, Vicky Skull, Gettigal, J Clover or Bits, Gerasmus, Sensational, Nevara, and Poyo Kamikaze. Thank you, everybody. I probably like butchered all those names, so you're welcome. Anyway, welcome everybody, and hope you're excited for some weird bone and teeth combinations that we're going to try to attempt right now. Fractal is some of my favorite work from you. Thank you. Fractal series is my dear and beloved, and I'm very slow at updating it, just like the bug series. They're my main like ongoing stories, and I have this problem where I expect a lot from myself from these series. Like I want them to be really good, so I kind of end up being very slow just because I want to get like just the very best ideas for these series to kind of keep them interesting all the way through, and not have like worse parts. I don't know, that's what I attempt at least. Humans have nightmare about teeth falling out. So many of us hate the dentist, so teeth are perfect for horror. Exactly, I agree. Someone in my church is tired of all of their teeth and asking her dentist to pull them all. I find that horrible. Why would you do that? Creepy. My sister had an adult tooth going, but her baby tooth was rooted in so hard they could move it around. Ooh, I love getting some teeth horror stories in chat. I love that. Okay, so just to explain here, I've gathered these few pictures. I got a couple x-rays of different things. This one, as you can see, like the finger is kind of pushed in. There's a dislocation here. Is that how you say it in English? Like we can work with it, but it's not very high quality. It's my problem. This one is a bit better quality. We can see the inside of the bones. It's pretty good. We have a broken finger. Well, that might be fine, to be honest. We can just work around it or try to fix it in Photoshop and then just work on top of that. And then we got this, what do you call this in English? There's a name. Panoramic radio, how is that? Panoramic radiograph. That's how they call it in English. In Spanish, it's a very long word called ortopantomografía. I think. Whole word. I don't know. I get it mixed up all the time. So yeah, Magnetic Sharks and Bean Boy Gave. Great names. Thank you for the follows. Have you heard of fiber dysplasia such against progressive? Yeah. Well, I guess that's the name in English, but yeah. Anyway, my thing with body horror is I'm always trying not to be too close or to purposefully or accidentally represent real diseases, because obviously that can get like very like personal. So I always try to make my fake diseases like very far away from reality, right? Like still like with a touch of believability, but just far away enough that people won't ever mistake it for real things. Your Discord may have been hacked. Oh no. Maybe you can contact support. I think I've heard of people that got it hacked and got it back. I hope you can get it back quick. It's Vex. Thank you for the follow. So we have these two separate elements. How do we put them together is my main concern here. The teeth here are honestly like pretty good, easy to select and to crop out if we want to put them somewhere. But you know, the hand has very thin bones, so I don't think we could just implant the teeth in the bone of the hand, because the roots would kind of come off the other side. So we could make very small teeth so that the root, so imagine, so we're just in this part of the process. We're just trying to figure out like what we're gonna do before we actually get started, because the edit itself is not going to be that hard. It's not going to be that slow, I hope. So we're just trying to get basic things figured out first. So we could do like small teeth that we have the roots going through here, so it doesn't go all the way to the other side, right? The teeth are proportional to the bone they're in. But if you see this from some perspective, like here, like from some distance, you don't really get like what's going on. Another option I was thinking about was, what if we like change this for teeth, right? So my drawings are going to be very bad, by the way. I'm not good at drawing. I just do Photoshop. We could do that as well. Those are like my two main options I'm thinking about. Alternatively, we can get an X-ray from a different part of the body that does have bigger bones, so we can actually implant the teeth in there. Sometimes I just find myself saying the weirdest stuff. You'll want another tooth horror story. I broke a tooth in half once. Oh, that must have hurt. Fortunately, my dentist was there, so everything worked out at the end of the day. I'm glad. People still had questions about the mushrooms on the skull, no matter how fantastic you made it. That's true. If you give it like a scientific name, people are gonna believe everything because I don't know. But people are very gullible, I guess. They just see something on the internet and see the picture is believable enough, they'll just fall for it directly. What about teratoma? Yes, that's a very real thing. That it's for those who don't know, teratoma is a type of mostly benign tumor that usually happens in the abdomen, that actually develops very advanced tissues. So it grows hair, it grows teeth in occasions, bones. It kind of like tries to emulate fully grown human tissues. So yeah, it's usually benign, so it doesn't. You just get it out. It just creates some volume, and can be a bit annoying. But a lot of people probably don't have it and don't even realize. But those can grow teeth, indeed. Again, we're not going to try to represent real things, even though this is not like super life-threatening or too dangerous. It's still like something people are going through. So. You don't do a little funky little dance right now, we'll crush Muck. You won't be able. Muck is too fast. You didn't seen them. I've seen them grow teeth in the ear of a dog. Oh, never seen that. Creepy. Going outside the bone looks cool. You can imagine like a tooth making its way out of the side of the finger. It's visually crazy. Yes. Okay, so I actually like that they would kind of pop out the skin. We would need to redo the skin to either break or cover the teeth in some way. So from the outside, maybe it's not visible. You just see a little bump, and then you do the X-ray, and there's a tooth going in there. My first instinct is to say make the end finger bone of the middle finger just sort of tooth fractal. Like tooth are growing out of the broken bone. This one here? Yeah, but we're working on too small of an area, so it won't be really visible from the outside, I think. Not a problem. A movie called Teeth once. It was not what I was expecting. Was it about teeth? What if some of them break and don't break the skin? I like that. Kind of like there's different stages of it that happen at once. Like it's just they don't all grow at once, right? They just start growing, and then a few months later another one starts growing. So they have like, we would see them in different stages all at once in the same picture. That could be interesting. I like that. So yes, yeah, I'm enjoying this. I like the idea. The problem might be using a hand X-ray specifically because of the limitations of using like very thin bones like that. But for now, and also my second option, let me remove this, was actually using a skull and having the teeth literally growing out of the skull. It's also fun, but I did very similar things already, so I feel like this would be different enough and a bit more interesting. Maybe if we got time and we're bored, we can do a second one where we do that. It is actually all twisted. Hold on. So I'm gonna get my ruler tool and I'm gonna try to connect these two. Is that my rule? No, that's not the ruler tool. That is the ruler tool. Ruler tool. I'm gonna try and connect two dots here. Yeah, straighten layer. There we go. Very useful tool if you wanna straighten layers in an easy way. So now we pull it from the center until there's no edges around it. We're all good. Yeah, I mean, we've done already two very similar teeth edits, so I feel like this would be interesting and different enough. And I guess I'll just have these pulled up because they'll be referenced several times during the stream. So these are my the other two teeth edits I did. Hey, Kitty Mancer! Thank you for the Prime sub. By the way, yes, we have a sub goal going on for the whole month. So the idea is to hopefully try and get to 35 subs at the end of the month, so we can get a new emote. I think it's a 4th or 5th one. So Kitty Mancer, thank you for helping us get there. Also, yeah, the Big Bone Zone, that's an amazing name to come in here. Big Chillig, Wind of the Mist. Average KK fan. I don't know if I mentioned already some of these. Too Many Goblins. Vavos? Formaldehyde Base. Everyone, such great names. Thank you everybody for the follows. And yes, save reminder, thank you, because I didn't save yet. So this will be bone teeth, all caps, because... Also, this reminds me because I just saw it in the folder. I had the best. If you didn't see it on Twitter, I'll give you a rundown of the interaction because it was very, very funny. Also, teach me a word in Spanish. Okay. So it's gonna be a little phrase. We have dientes is teeth, and hand is mano. So. Teeth in your hand is dientes en tu mano. If you ever want to talk to people about how they might be growing tooth in their hands. Ooh, trans scary. Yeah, exactly. That is the what I was going to talk about. If you didn't see it on Twitter, it was a very funny interaction. I'll just pull out the tweet because it has already everything, every name and stuff blurred out. So because I want to reveal these persons' whole details, I just want to highlight the interaction because so I get this message, right? Very random DM from someone saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for bothering you, but I got a kind of creepy picture. I was curious if you wanted it, and maybe using for some creepy art you make. If not, feel free to ignore." And at first I can see this kind of thing and maybe I'll respond like, "Oh yeah, let me see the creepy image." But then I see this in her profile, LGB Alliance, and it's like, oh, this reminds, I think this is a TERF thing. I actually went into her profile and it was full of TERF things. Like I didn't even need to Google LGB Alliance. If you do though, you'll find that they are TERFs. So I jump into the Discord server and say, "Hey, what should I say to this person? Should I actually ask for the picture and then Photoshop, instead of photoshopping a monster, I'll Photoshop a trans flag on it and as like a creepy thing for them, right?" So everybody told me, "Yes, please do it." So I asked for the picture. I was like nice about it. They sent me the picture. I just went in and photoshopped a trans flag and tried to make it the lighting look scary and everything, and just said, "Thank you. Since you've been so kind, I'll go one step further and edit something, and I'm sure will scare you a lot." And then just basically told them, be gone turf. And they replied like, oh, but space is for women. And yeah, I sent them this I made on stream a few months ago, fuck turfs, and just blocked. But it was such a fun interaction, I had to share it. And yeah, that was that was very funny. So that is the folder I had opened that said ooh trans scary. That was the edit I did with the flag. No, good day, Crush Knock. That is, you should be shall be punished for your crimes. So yeah, it was a good dunk. I love when I have the opportunity to dunk on someone in this way. Howdy, fellow turf destroyers. How are you doing, Nathan? Always amazing to see my favorite creators in great allies. I mean, just doing the bare minimum here and just dunking on people who deserve to be dunked. So there's no need to thank me for anything. I already had the fuck turf image. We did it. That's actually Good Days doing. I think it was you, Good Day, right? Who asked for it on stream a while ago. I think use. Okay, so right now it's one of those layer rewards. Right now it's not activated because I'm doing short streams, but it's like a reward for like making a quick edit. And so Good Day asked me to I don't know what the request it was exactly, but we made this Harry Potter picture with the fuck turfs instead of that scar. And since I had it on hand, I just replied that and blocked. Thank you, Magnetic Sharks. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. Punished? Why does my hand feel so weird? I don't know, you might want to x-ray it. For no reason. So yes, and just as a PSA, all my creatures are trans, and nobody can prove otherwise, so... That is just canon now. Also Rad Baby, Anya Lux, thank you everybody for the follows. So I think the first thing we need to do is actually cut up some teeth. I keep finding myself saying the weirdest things. Yes, we need to cut up some teeth and just kind of find places that might be good for them. So I want the teeth and a little bit of the area around them. But that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just make a selection like this. And I will smooth feather expand. And a bit more. Go. I want to get a bit of the area around it. Obviously we have like the corners of the other teeth that are running into it. So that might complicate things slightly, but hopefully we can get through with them. Elder Force Ray Gun, thank you for the follow. Need a bit of gum. Thankfully, soft tissues make a smaller impression on X-rays. So they make something like this, right? They make like very soft shapes on X-rays. So we can get away with like even painting them. It should be good. We will do a little trick here. We will actually have an action here for grain. It's a very simple action. It just creates a noise layer and kind of blobs the noise together. That's what it just created. So we keep this noise layer on top so that everything we do in paint actually has this noise like incorporated into it. It's because it's going to be on top. So we can just paint with a normal brush, and since it'll have a little bit texture to it, it'll look good. So we can just, like, if we want to paint some soft tissues, we can take something like this and just paint with it. And oh, that is under the noise. There we go. So we can just paint with it, and it'll look fairly good compared to the actual thing we're recreating. So that is the reason for the little noise layer. Just a little trick to save us some time. Where am I putting that tooth? Try to guess. The prompt for this is calcium hyperproficiency. So it's going to be about teeth growing where they shouldn't. Like somebody who's taking in so much calcium that their body is just producing teeth anywhere. So we're just doing an example with hand, but the implication is that there's teeth growing wherever they can. And the gums where it belongs? Never. I'll single-handedly validating fears of going to the dentist. Please don't be afraid of going to the dentist. This does not exist. Disclaimer. This will not happen to you. Somebody cites me as a reason for not going to the dentist, I will stop making edits forever. Leave Photoshop. I don't want to be a bad influence on children. This isn't a real life SCP? You know, we should have like a bot or a moderator or something that whenever the word SCP is pasted in chat and does like a boilerplate response, like just replies no. Dentists hate this guy. No, they love me. Dentists would love me. I keep making up new teeth and new teeth problems. They would have so much work. Like, I would love the things I create if I were a dentist. I mean, I'd say this, like, just at a glance, looks pretty good, to be honest. I'm gonna go to the dentist and there'll be this x-ray on the wall. I should contact my local dentist who fixed my teeth a few years ago and tell them, hey, I just have this, do you want a print or something? I can send you a print so you can put it up somewhere. Can you imagine if you walk into your dentist's office and they just have this or this? It's just hanging on their wall. It's like such a great reception to your patients. Kind of looks like an extracorporeal bone. It kind of does. Like if it's just one, you know, it'll probably pass without people really noticing. But we'll add a few, so hopefully we add enough of them, it'll be good. So we added this one, which is good. Next, we are adding this bad boy. Not a great job, Photoshop. Not great at X-rays. Why didn't they teach this AI on X-rays? Like, come on. Seems like a pretty big oversight. Everybody's out there doing X-ray Photoshops. I gotta contact my local dentist, or just send it out of the blue. Like, hey, I have this for you. Merry Christmas. This is your gift. Please put it up on the wall. Okay, give this a second to... There we go. What's with the Scrabble piece on the X-ray? That's just to signify left or right. Because if you... like, X-rays can be seen from both sides. So they put this, it's actually a little metal piece, so that you know that this is the left, so you don't flip it accidentally and think it's the other hand. It's very important to, even if it seems dumb, to really mark like the hand you're looking at on the X-ray, like clearly that's the left one or the right one, if you're going to operate on something especially, because it is not the first time that a surgeon accidentally like cuts off the wrong leg or something like that, just because of the miscommunication. So yeah, gotta be like have a lot of redundancy to actually try to prevent those terrible mistakes. Music's up. Yeah, we got some great music in this playlist. Like there's a bunch. There's 1,200 songs. 1,200 songs. I have a dentist appointment in a month. Just cleaning me, maybe they can clean my hand teeth. I bet it's included on a technicality. Like, okay, we're done here. Not so fast. And you show a hand that's full of teeth. Gotta clean that too. It is in the contract. There's a ridiculous long list of horror stories of surgeon cutting out the wrong limb. Yep. So that is why there's a lot of redundancy built into this. Okay, what if this one actually... okay, what if we put it here and it's actually breaking from the skin? So we have one problem, and it's that our base picture, as you can see, there's a much brighter zone here and a much darker one here. And that actually doesn't help us a lot. Stop cutting the wrong hand, use the Scrabble pieces, exactly. People writing down, cut down these legs. Yeah, exactly. They do that. Please in every surgery I've seen where it takes place, it happens like in a leg or in an arm. You actually write not this one on the other one in a very big font and very big letters. So even if everything goes wrong at the last moment, surgeons see that they'll know it's not the right one. There's like one last contingency. Still have to cut up the original one after they fuck up. Exactly. So yeah, it's a very grave mistake. It happens, or when it has happened. Because unfortunately we have to do this because it has happened. This is inspired by how people and animals can have teeth growing and clogging the ear canal. I mean, I think you're talking about teratoma. So we already talked about that. Yeah, that's a type of tumor that can grow teeth. This specifically is not based on that specifically, but I don't know. I had the idea of the prompt is calcium hyperproficiency. So my idea was like there's like either weird bone growths going from places, like kind of like it's absorbing too much calcium, it's like putting it in places. And then I thought like teeth is fun, so let's go with teeth. It's also like more outlandish, and I felt like it would be fun. I would write that straight into my leg. Imagine tattooing into your leg, not this one. Don't cut this one, please. I need this leg. So I'm making everything brighter, but I'm just gonna apply this. Well, this area. That way we still keep the roots of the teeth and we'll have to like erase them. I'm gonna be cutting off a bunch of teeth like this from the original, and eventually I'll stop and I'll just be copy pasting a few of them, because we can get away with like flipping a few and that kind of thing. So like try to get a few different shapes of teeth, so it's not all the big molars here. We have the smaller ones. So I'm just gonna do the same thing, shift the edge, feather, and then we turn this into a smart object. Gonna place it wherever we put it. Let's see. People with do not resist state tattoos. But I mean, those make sense. Hey! Hello, Dapper. As always. Hey, and Oki, enjoy the gifted sub. How are you doing? Thanks for the gifted sub. As always, Dapper is the sugar daddy of the stream. And I will never forgive him. That's popping. Teeth. Literally. Teeth are popping out of people's skins. Because that's what we do in this stream. Let's see. Where should we put the next tooth, guys? Do a tooth pull. No, that'll take too long. Let's just choose a place. Another one popping out of the skin, like, we need a few of these. And we can actually warp it a little bit to make it fit into the shorter phalanx here. If I ever use a term that is too technical and you guys don't understand, please ask me to explain. Because a lot of doctors do that and just start using technical terms as if everybody knew them, because they're too used to them. So I don't want to be one of those. Please looked up teratomas with dental growth. I would like to announce that I'm not sleeping well for the next 2 weeks. Yes, they're really creepy. They're not life-threatening though. They can just be removed if they're big. Some of them can even be left alone if they're like not small and not causing any trouble. Usually they're taken out though, because there's a small possibility that they can become malignant. But usually they're just benign tumors. They're just creepy because they grow teeth and hair and bones. It's slightly too bright, considering the bone density around here. I think I'll just run it through very... There we go, something like this, which we can remove from here. There we go, a little growth like this. I'm feeling like at least in one part of the, like in one finger maybe? If we can choose this one, we could have a row of teeth to make it to really sell the idea of what we're doing. Because I'm fearing that if it is like a bunch of small separate little growths like this, it might not be evident, like clearly evident at a glance at their teeth, right? Grace be upon you, Dappermancer. Agree. Oh yeah, we can put a few on the opposite side. Kind of like you can do this and do a little talking mouth. How creepy would that be? We come up with the worst ideas here, and with worst I mean best. Grow them teeth. Oh yeah. Exact opposable teeth. That's the stuff. Can you imagine one ripping through the webbing between the fingers? If they need to grow out of the bone, that's gonna be hard. Like, it could be growing like right from the finger like this, but it can't really grow from this area. Alien Loser, thanks for the follow. Also, I think I missed a few follows. Ramin, 144 FPS. Jackal, thank you guys for the follows. Really appreciate them. Hey Abimander, hope you're doing well. Oh, we got our first bot. They're being a bit annoying this. Oh, thanks Sora. Got there first. Flashback to the time my friends and I sat in the dining hall at college at 3 AM and chanted teeth, 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 teeth. We were laughing so hard we couldn't breathe. Shout out to that. I do love a good teeth chant. Always cheer one up. You're basically making a hand version of the devil tooth mushroom. Devil's tooth mushroom. You mean the one I did last year? Or are you talking about a different mushroom? Okay, I'd like to maybe get a little row of teeth. Perhaps these 4. Here it's a bit unclear, so I don't love it. But I like to get a little row so we can get some quicker results, maybe. And that is going to go on the same finger, so there's a little row of teeth somewhere. Okay, GTO 5 and Akio, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the tooth stream. Another tooth stream. These keep happening for some reason. The bright side, this person would never lose, no, not November. Not with that attitude. Teeth make break, bro. Brrr. Angry. Teeth horror is great vibe. In general, medical horror is like such an untapped vein. So much to explore in like weird fucked up things that the body could do. I'm here just being glad that I have just enough experience to do that. For context here, for folks that don't know me a lot, I'm actually a doctor. I studied medicine. I'm technically a doctor. I'm not like exercising medicine right now. I'm actually trying to hopefully do art full time in the near-ish future. But I did study medicine for the past 6-7 years. So I'm grateful to be in a position where I can just make fucked up medical horror, and very few people can stop me. Your doctor fucked up, really fucked up. So save. Thank you for the save reminder. See, if it wasn't for you guys, I would never save and lose all my files. The lifesavers. I mean this. There was this one time, a few months, it must have been a couple months ago or 3. I was doing an edit for the Werewolf series. That's actually coming back soon, so keep an eye out for that. And I was showing chat a very cursed thing, which is Photoshop furry things, like people who instead of doing like traditional furry arts where they just draw the furry characters, they actually Photoshop people and like use animal parts and try to turn them into IRL furries. It looks very, very, very creepy. and I was showing this to chat, and suddenly my computer got a blue screen of death. First time it's ever happened, last time it's ever happened. I got a blue screen of death and lost all the stream's worth of work for the edit I was making. I'm actually going to show the edit, because I had to make it pretty much twice. Unfortunately, this was the one. It's for the Lycanthrope series. If you didn't see it, let me know. I'll get you a link. Medical horror art. Yes, art. Please don't worry. I'm not about to go like full mad doctor. I'm already mad, but not in that way. You could make a body horror movie with no limited budget. What would it be about? I'd probably adapt my Fractal series into real life stuff. I'd love to like actually work with some, and I go like full puppets. I go practical effects for most stuff. There's stuff where you will need special effects, but practical all the way, like miniatures and little puppets with fucked up little fractal hands. I would love that. If you're a film director and have a bunch of money, please send it my way. Let me make a Fractal series movie. Everybody succumbs to the fractal infections and goes mad. Ed's furry phase. It's not done. Actually, I'm gonna spoil them, because I don't think I showed most. Like, I did one on stream. I don't think I did the other one on stream. This one I did on stream. It's a werewolf affected by argyria, which is a high concentration of silver in the blood, which turns people blue. In this case, turns the werewolf blue, because in this world, silver is actually like not harmful to werewolves, and quite the opposite. It is like basically like werewolf steroids. They allow you to transform at any point, but if you keep using it for years, it'll just build up in your body, and you'll end up becoming like an uncontrollable fiend, and it just cannot stop its own transformation. I did this other one, which will be kind of the intro to this little part of the werewolf series, which will explain what silver does in this world. So it's actually a tombstone, kind of a statue on top of the tombstone made of silver, with a werewolf angel. I really like this one. I think it's my favorite one I've done of the whole werewolf series. There are boobs, there are statue boobs, so I hope that it'll be alright with like algorithms and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited for that. We're waiting for like a few, like all the pieces are done for this part of the series. We got the writing done, but we're gonna release it at the same time as an actual like very fun little project in the werewolf series, which is gonna be a little zine, a little magazine, built like a fake history magazine. Like, you guys know those like airports history magazines. This is a Spanish one, of course, which talk about like different topics in history and have like very big pictures. We're gonna do a fake one of these with all its like infographics and images and stuff, using all the images we've done for this series, and try to like break it down in like articles, and it's fun. So we're working on that. So that'll take a little while, and after that's done, we'll kind of release it with a series. So yes, I hope you guys are excited for that. I am. Zootopia looks a lot different than I remember. Also, I missed a few messages. Photoshop furries are real medical horror, I agree. I have a friend who's a film student. I'll ask him, does he have unlimited budget? Because they would be expensive. Specifically a film major who focuses in horror. Hey, have him hit me up. what do you think the fractal infections would do to your brain? We're actually going to explore that in the next part of the fractal series. It's going to be all about that, all about like a fractal brain and people starting to exhibit strange behaviors, like building fractals and stuff. So it's going to be like, I think it's going to be a picture of the brain, of the fractal brain, maybe like brain scan or something, or an actual like autopsy brain with fractals inside it, and like behaviors of these people, like building, you know, the serpentic triangle, like the Legend of Zelda one, like triangles within triangles within triangles. That, but in 3D, like pyramids within pyramids within pyramids, and they're gonna like build giant structures like that. So yes, hope you're excited for that one. I got so many projects and so little time, but we'll get through them. We'll get through them. I'm just gotta give me some time. But wow, a Secret Werewolf project is a gunshot. You don't speak. It's gonna be, the magazine is gonna be pretty cheap. It's gonna be like $5. It's gonna be like just 20 something pages. I don't know exactly like $5, but it's gonna be like around that price tag. So hopefully most people can afford it. It's not gonna be a prohibitive price. I just want people to have it and kind of put an end, or an official end, to this series that I've loved so much working on and collabing on, with something like fun that people can actually put in their homes. So yeah, I hope the price will be like worth it. And there's probably going to be a digital version as well, like a little PDF that you can get for a couple bucks or something. If you don't want to get the physical version, just want to like check out the little articles we made, and there's probably going to be like at least one picture that's not going to appear in any of the threads. That's just going to be exclusive to the little magazine. So you're only going to be able to see it there. Just to have like some little incentive. Because since all the pictures are already out there on the internet, good to have like something out there to look for. Little did you know, I'm actually an angel investor with all the money. Are you an actual angel? Like a biblical angel? Can I see your true form? Can you turn into like a wheel of spinning, or a ball of spinning wheels with eyes? I'd love that. Please do it and send me a picture. Computer died when you started talking about the Order of the New Moon. Oh yes, I was explaining to people what we have cooking up, the magazine and the new part of the series. Bad Dog here is Hannah is going to participate in this next part of the series. So yes, we got a fantastic old school newspaper ad that she drew, and I helped like finish up a little, and we also got and Hannah is also working with me on the magazine exclusive piece that we're gonna include. It's a secret so far. You guys will see it though. Okay, I'm liking this row of teeth. It needs a little bit more brightness, I think. I'm gonna do that with some soft light. So excited, me too. There's little secrets. Tragically, Val died very young after asking an angel to see their true form. I'd love to go that way, to be honest. Like, oh shit, angels are real? Beam me up. Or down. Probably down. But beam me somewhere. I've seen enough. Hello, love the teeth. Thank you, Bitter Jelly. Thank you, God, I keep missing follows today. I'm going so quick. Deutsches Weltreach? I don't know how to pronounce that. Silver Naruka, a liminal sky in Thanatian. Thanatian? Maybe? I don't know. However it is. Welcome in. Hope you enjoy the teeth. Rest of the horrors to come. I'm liking how they look, to be honest. I was not sure if they would fit on the tooth themselves, on the bones themselves. I don't know how to speak anymore. And if the roots would kind of have to poke out the other side in weird ways, or... But it honestly, I think it works. I make some dark patches in between the teeth. So here we're working with a very different type of image. We're not working with a typical photograph, which is there are some photons of light coming through you, and just like your eye, they're captured and put in a screen. We're working with an X-ray. An X-ray is not photons. An X-ray is well, it is photons. It's just a very different wavelength. It's not like visible light. So they actually send very high energy rays that can penetrate your tissues at different rates. And what you see on the other side, you put a photographic film that's sensitive to them. And what you see at the other side is whenever it's black, it means it's overexposed. So you got to think about it opposite of, it's like a negative of an actual image. If it was like real pictures, like old school black and white pictures, it would look like this, because you would invert it in the process. So we're actually seeing an inverted image. If we see it like this, we actually see it much closer to how we think of photographs, where white is overexposed and black is underexposed. And what dark means here, it means that most of the photons that are coming through are actually stopped. So it means high density of a tissue. So we don't actually speak, when we see X-rays, we don't actually speak about like light or dark. We speak about densities. So we say like something is more dense, something is more light, I guess. I don't know how to say it in English, or less dense. So yeah, that's my little medicine lesson for today. So that actually has a value with what we're doing today, because when we're painting with white here, we're actually painting with density instead of light. We don't have to do lights and shadows like we usually have to worry about here. We're painting with densities. So gotta dip out. Okay, see you later. Have a good work. I started using the thing just to be able to follow you. Well, thank you. Already worth it. Love your work. Thank you very much. It's really appreciated. Medicine lessons and teeth horror is the best. I mean, I'm here as a doctor on my stream. I gotta represent. I gotta teeth. I gotta teach. I also gotta teeth, but I gotta teach you some stuff, I guess. Thankfully, we got our little noise layer on top, which makes everything much nicer. Medicinal thickness. Well, that is a great name where we're speaking about medicine. Welcome in. I want to do a little bit like this one, where the intensity, or the density, sorry, is highest at the point where the tooth is the widest. So around the crown of the tooth, you can see it's more dense. And we might try to replicate that, just to give the teeth some more interesting shape. Makes sense. Yeah, just as there's a mosquito attacking me. I hate the mosquitoes. Someday I'll have to do an edit with a mosquito. They always bother me during streams, so it's on brand. Damn beasts. They know I work with bugs. They want to take vengeance. Also, whose teeth are those? They're from a picture on Wikimedia. I don't have their name. They're this radiograph here. Also, thank God I have the color sampler tool. I'm gonna clear it. There we go. I just had a little thing on the corner here. You probably couldn't see it. It was just bothering me. Nothing important. Would it be possible to make the roots that get close to the other side of the finger bone push the bone out? That's interesting. Like it bulges a little bit. That could be interesting. We can give that a try, I think. Yeah. Teeth interfering with the joints, like large objects in a gear mechanism. I like that. I like that it would like close some of the joints. Okay. I'd rather have whatever this is than serpent's guts, slithering bowels like massive snakes. I don't know what I would rather have, to be honest. But that is your choice. Hope you don't regret it, because every body horror wish you make during this stream will actually come true. It should have told you that before you followed. I hope you looked at the warning. Anyway, enjoy your serpent's tooth, serpent's bowels. Osteoporosis means those teeth will fall out. Yeah, just with age, just like regular teeth. Stop falling. Like if you're old enough, doctors will see this and go like, oh, let's just wait, they'll probably fall out soon. Time to stock up on toothbrushes. Yes, because they poke out of the skin like here. I like this little row of teeth. I think it sells them. The vibe we're going for, it sells it much better than like just sporadic teeth, which we're also going to be adding more, but I think this is what sells the image the most. Having to stitch all the skin when the teeth fall. It'll probably need to be done. I don't think that would heal naturally. Also, just in case, let me actually put a black and white layer, just in case there are some like stray colors around. It'll just help. I want to do a little thing here where I copy these edges. May I do that? Current and below. There we go. Do teeth come with gum tissue? I kind of imagine them as just like poking out of the skin wherever it is. So probably not. They would probably just poke out of the skin directly. But we're making this up. We can say anything. One part of making up diseases on the spot. So I'm creating a little dent in the skin so it feels like it's pushing it out a little. Hope that sells the effect a bit better. Just recreating these, and I'm just gonna get this here and then doing puppet warp. Like so. That's creepy. I like it. I like it. I had several extra teeth taken out from my mouth when I was a child. I'm taking this series with a personal level. I get that. Now, would you get a separate brush for your hands? Is more? Yeah, I'd probably get a separate brush. like your hand touches different stuff. You don't want to like clean your hand and use the same thing you use for washing your hands for your teeth. It seems like it would probably be a bit dirty for your real teeth, or your first teeth. Also, yes, I'm saving. I've saved like 5 minutes ago, but I'll save again. Imagine punching someone and losing. Oh, I mean, punching people would be like very, very painful for them. Would we also have baby teeth in our hands? I imagine they would just come out straight out as adults. Maybe structurally they would be more like baby teeth, like a little bit. They're definitely smaller, and probably flimsier. And I guess it would make sense that they would fall, like if they fall, that they would act more like baby teeth genetically, right? Like creating new teeth, and eventually they just pull out and fall, leaving a big old hole in your bone. What about salival glands? People like teeth coming out of salival glands? You monster. You monster. Okay, I kind of, it's a bit dumb, but I kind of want to make it feel like you can do a little mouth if you do this, like little talking mouth. Just with your finger here, which is where we put all the first row of teeth, and your thumb there, or at least like 2 or 3 teeth separately. It feels like the bottom of the mouth is more like just has like 2 or 3 teeth, like it's missing. It's a mouth that's missing teeth. The skin heal over the teeth. Breaking the skin would just stay open and risk infection. I guess at first it would risk infection. After a while it would probably just heal and become a little bit more stable. That would be my guess though. Like if it lasts a long time, then yeah, that would probably work. Getting a little bit of soft light on top of this, and I'm darkening this right area here a little. Right, that's probably better. That's one tooth. Let's maybe get this separate one from, where is it? This one here. I'm gonna give it a flip. I'm gonna edit it a little bit. That's what I usually do when I have like several copy-pasted things. Each time I put it, I try to edit it slightly to hopefully get like lose the brain's recognition area, so that it doesn't look like copy-pasted area anymore. But this will maybe push against each other a little bit, so we got a space between them. Imagine the noise they would make. Click, clack, clack. Hello, Weeblord. I see more teeth. You are correct. Okay, maybe we do like another one here, just like a separate one. What kind of tooth should we do? Maybe a canine? I get an interesting looking one. The canines kind of suck because they're kind of fuzzy there, they're a bit hard to see. Maybe this one? We got this little area here that's lapped. We can take care of it, we can just darken it. Let Photoshop do the work here, it's not great at X-rays. They cut out the hand teeth part from my class. Seems irresponsible of them. Should be taught in every school. Slowly growing on your nails, I like that. Maybe we can do that. I like going up like this. Which is your favorite tooth? Canines. I like canines, they're the vampire ones. They're the sharpest ones as well. So I hope that is the right answer for you, Thaya. Normie then? What is your favorite tooth? You hipster. Tooth hipster. Also, I was born with quite long canines. They're a little bit less sharp nowadays, but pretty sharp teeth. So you better not anger me, because I will bite. Not in a good way either. Okay, let me make that into a smart object. Decisive for sure, it's fun to say. Oh, that is a normie answer, I'd say. Canines are much better. I said not in a good way. Come on. Everyone picks canine? Really? But I'm a normie. It's like vampires. What can I say? Like werewolves, they also have pretty big canines. What do you think your audience is? People who love Photoshop. Not meddle in these debates. Hope so, at least. Simping is punishable by death in this here stream. You have been warned. Okay, we got another one. I like the idea of just like 3 scraggly teeth this area, because it would connect to these ones in like a kind of mouth with missing teeth situation. I think that's fun. Digitus dentatus. That's very good. Or I guess the implication with this is that they're growing all over the body. So something dentatus is good. A Latin name is always fancy. You can also give it a common name, like we did for the monodontia, which I made up on the spot. I'm gonna push this soft tissue a little bit. This can there we go. So they look more like they're poking out. Okay, a little bit of... Okay, which one is this? 7. There we go. Good brightness there. Wisdom and canine are the only teeth most remembers. And no one likes wisdom teeth. That's true. Didn't factor in that most people don't remember most of the teeth names. +2 somatic odontosis. That's very good as well. Are you going to bed, Hannah? Have a good night. May Greg bless you. Indeed. I'm gonna put my hand in cold water if those roots are functional. Ooh, ooh. Okay, you know when you eat like very cold ice cream or slushy or something, it's very cold, and you get like brain freeze from the cold. Imagine that, but every time you hold something cold, or your hands get very cold. Just imagine that. I'll just leave it at that. Oh, they definitely have functional nerves. That's part of the tooth. It's part of the organ. By the way, know something fucked up. Teeth are technically organs. So there you have it. There you go. My mouth hurts now. I am sorry. Sorry to have caused this, everybody. How many teeth should we do in total? I wanna copy this one. I wanna maybe we do what we mentioned and have it like push out of the last phalanx. So it feels like sort of a nail, but it's not a nail, it's bone. It's subtle, but I think it can work. Epidermal organs. There's skin. I mean, not really skin. Just that's just a name for surface organ. Ectodermal. That's a better description. Yeah, ectodermal refers to the main layers in the fetus when the structure of the body starts being formed. There's the ectodermal layer is the one that forms all your skin. It's the one that forms your teeth, and it's the one, well, the teeth among many other things. It's also the one that forms your nervous system. Your nervous system actually develops from your skin, like in these 3 layers. Like imagine this very early fetus has this basically like a layer cake. So the ectodermal, which is the top one, actually curves inwards and creates this little pocket, and this actually separates from the teeth from the skin at some point and ends up like just a little cord inside the body of ectodermal tissue, and that is your nervous system. So your nervous system and your skin are actually quite related in origin, which is pretty cool, I think. Hey, Greg Muffin. Broken tooth, or just pieces in the broken finger. Like maybe the fingers. Maybe we'll leave the broken finger, and it's broken because of like a tooth just growing in that area and making it too light and easy to break. Edward's teether hands, teether hands, whatever. University flashbacks. I am sorry. Sorry, sometimes the lecturer in me comes through. There will be an exam at the end, so are you guys taking notes? I hope so. I hope you guys are preparing for the finals. That will be happening in, I don't know, an hour or so? Excuse me, I'll paint my teeth. You mean your nails? No. Or yes, those are the same thing. Getting punched by a guy. Exactly. It's actually an offensive advantage. It would also probably break your hand in a million pieces, because if there's teeth growing out of your hands, they're probably very brittle, because the bones are brittle by themselves, but if you add this kind of like thing breaking through them, yeah, the bones would be very brittle. It would also probably like reduce your hand mobility a bunch, because it would actually like interfere with a very, very delicate system of tendons that are around your fingers that actually perform the movements, because all your muscles, pretty much all your muscles that move your hand are here, right? They're in this area, they're not in the hand. They just have tendons that go up and interact with each other in very complicated ways. So having teeth going out of that would kind of break that balance and make your hand like do weird things, like when they do this, or when they do, I can't do it, and some people can do it very easily. They actually do this in the tip and curve inwards here, that kind of thing. Shrapnel weapon. I hate that. You're gonna get to the top of the class. You will, you will. This is out there, paying attention, getting notes, doing all the voluntary assignments. We're putting the work in, to be honest. And you guys are falling a bit behind. So maybe you should take Faya's lead and actually start working for this class, because I don't give out free grades, guys. This is not an easy class. Also, coming to class is mandatory. You cannot skip this one, because I will be taking names every day. And if you miss more than a couple classes without justifying it, well, you're not passing this one, baby. Making this one easy for you guys. Please don't bully me in recess. To teach stuff like that as an assistant. Before I became an animator at a previous life, I finished a degree in biology. Interesting. Very cool. So you jumped from biology to animation. Spending 3 years in the anthropology lab on the way. Many bones. That's very cool. You and I know. We know the real bones. Morally in college, this is stressing me out. Haha. I finished college. I am now stress-free in that specific aspects of life, not in others. But it cannot affect me anymore. So now I can impart that stress on you guys by turning this stream into an actual lesson. Who's Naruto running in the field with me at lunch? Oh, Faya definitely is. You guys already making cliques, making little groups. I love this. This is college all over again. And we already got the Naruto runners, so we're starting off well. So what if this bone broke? Because the tooth is growing right here. Kind of like the tooth, the root is right in the center of the fracture, because it would, let's see, it would be the one to like kind of push the rest apart. That makes sense? I hope so. School stress streams are a thing. They are a thing. They are definitely a thing. They've been happening less recently though. Last year, but they happen. They're the worst. I'm a teacher's pet who doesn't interact much with the classmates, so there's that. So we're already forming little groups. Where are the jocks? Where are the jocks, y'all? The ones who play, like, depending on the country, the soccer or American football. Because we got a lot of nerds. It's gotta be a balance. When artists have a scientific background. Yeah, that is true. I'll say yes because I do have a scientific background, so I hope, at least in cases like this, I think it hopefully adds dimension to the work, because I have a whole medicine background, so like I don't know a lot of teeth stuff, but I know where to look for things, so I can. Wait, I'm gonna make this sharp. Like, it's easier for me to make something up about a fake tooth disease than someone who doesn't have a background, who has to like research a bunch more. Oh boy, you guys, I hope you like it when I do the medical horror series, which I keep talking about it. It's not gonna be in a while, so don't expect it to happen soon at all. But yeah, I want to make medical horror and make it into its own like recurring series, like I'm doing with the fractal one and the bug one. But I want to leave it for when I'm done with those two, or at least one of those two, because I don't want to like take on 3 separate series at the same time, just because people are going to be very confused, nobody's going to be able to follow, and I'm just going to work myself to death. So whenever I'm done, I'm really excited to. That'll be like, at least as far as my plans are right now, that'll be like my next big project about a doctor that travels around, or a doctor on a boat that keeps seeing weird things in his patients, and we get like his notes and a very very medical vocabulary, and we can get like something that I've never really done with my series. We can actually like focus on a character and do some character development through these little case studies. So yeah, I hope it'll be fun. I was just an in-betweener, shifting through all the cliques. I'm a nomad. Okay, where else should we add teeth? I don't know where to stop. Like, we could fill this whole thing with teeth. I'm not gonna, but we gotta find a balance so that it looks clearly like teeth, but should we add another little row? I put it here. Somewhere else. I was a queer kid who didn't know it was queer. So it's just weird, and then got really closer to queers. Oh, I love that. That doctor sounds like a character from the Magnus Archives. Yeah, that would be a nice like inspiration for some of the stories, or for like the structure of the stories, right? And like told through these documents, this like standardized way, with maybe some other things thrown in and pictures, obviously, but have it be this sort of formulaic in a way thing, but using that formula to get us forward through a story. Yeah, so kind of like the Magnus Archives. Add teeth to the wrists. That is a great idea, because that would imply that the hand is not the only objective of teeth. It's just like in place, and maybe we just have this X-ray of this hand because the finger just broke. But we know that there's teeth all around. Maybe on the outside of the pinky. I like that. With me, it would make it like a bit too symmetrical, yeah. So maybe it can be like on the external part of this finger instead, or something like that. But I'm gonna do wrist first. I might actually take this tooth we just did and just edit it a bit, because that'll make it a bit easier. What is your favorite hand bone? Oh my god. I don't know the names in English. That's my favorite hand bone. I'm gonna say semilunar, this one. I'm not just like the name in Spanish. I'm getting it right, yeah, according to that. Semilunar? I don't know. And yours is scaphoid? Scaphoidis. Could we do a little bit of tissue around it? Lunate, yeah, sorry, that's the one. Oh yeah, that was the scaffold, you're right. Then scaffold, it's a mess when it breaks, because it can literally, it's so badly irrigated, it has so little, such a small blood flow, and if it breaks in a certain way, it can actually just rot. Even if it's the fracture is healed, if the blood flow doesn't come back, it just literally rots in there and goes into necrosis, and it's a whole mess. So yeah, don't break those bones. Love the rotting bone. I mean, gotta give it credit for being one of the most annoying bones in the body. It's gotta be worth something. Second metacarpal. I love these kinds of questions. What's your favorite bone in the body in general? I think I'd go with a weird one, and I go with the hyoid bone. I don't know if it's pronounced like that in English. It's a little horseshoe-shaped bone. That's the only floating, like completely floating bone in your body, because it's not connected to any other bones. There's no articulations with other bones. It's just connected to the muscles here and to the muscles here, right? So it's like floating in between these two groups of muscles that do an angle like this, and it just makes the angle of the, looks like a little horseshoe. And I don't have mine. Mine is broken into two. So if the hyoid looks usually like from the top down, looks something like this, right? Like a little horseshoe. And it has like two arms and a body, so to speak, and which is where all the different muscles connect. And I actually had this like birth thing where I had a cyst that went like right behind here and right through the middle of the bone a little bit. So to remove it, they actually had to cut off these two parts of the bone, completely remove them, and remove the cyst with them. And then the muscles that were there that suddenly didn't have any connection, they actually connected the muscles between them. So I actually have one more bone than most people, because instead of having this one bone, it was broken up into two smaller ones. Little fun facts about me. Shaped like a wishing bone, yeah. Skulls, had such great time puzzling them together and determining. Yeah, that's fun. Love skulls. I mean, skulls is it's a bit non-specific. I'll pass it because I like your experience with them. But like, a skull is many bones. I'll let it pass. Just this once. But if you did have to choose a bone in the skull, which one would it be, Garakan? Sorry, does it change anything? So when after my that operation, surgery, sorry, I actually had a bit of a harder time swallowing, and I think I learned how to swallow slightly differently after it, but I don't notice it anymore, and my body just got used to it. So I think it like slightly changed the muscles I have to move for swallowing, but I think that's the only thing it changes. Weird bone thing is my collarbone pops the way your knuckles do. Ooh, interesting. And built different. Yeah, I was born with a cyst, and then I was turned into a person with one more body than one more bone than most. But that was done by surgery. Medicine turned me into what I am. Into this beast. This creature. Thanks for the save reminder, and thanks Bone Torch for the follow. Great name to come into the stream. Hey Marina! Oh, here's a mosquito. No, it hid from me. I was gonna try to catch it. Radius and ulna have to be the absolute shit tier of bones. The rotation confuses the artist's brain, and they snap easy. I mean, I think they're very interesting bones. I don't care about your artist's brain. They're still interesting. That is radius and ulna slander right there. Would not take it. I love how they rotate. It's fun. You know when you rotate your arm like this, right? You do this. Called pronación, supinación in Spanish. I guess pronation, supination, I think? I don't know. I'm just translating it as it sounds. When you do this, look at the two bones you got, right? So when they're here, they're straight. When you do this, they actually twist. So this same bone is going this, is actually, it's going this way, and yes, that's the way. And the other one is crossing. So they actually twist around each other in a very fun way. You hate that? My husband didn't know about baby soft spot in the skull and showed him my baby niece. He was so creeped out when I told him. Oh yeah. Can move some of my knuckles so well. Interesting. This is radius and all that slander. Thank you for adding that code. It's a great one. We should. I should remember to do clips of the stream. I always end up thinking, oh, that's gonna be a good clip, and then I never do it. very bad memory. Let me actually add a second tooth. Let me actually add this one. Right next to this one. Not make a little row, but kind of pair them up together. I think they're more fun when they're paired up like that. Now I go here. And in the corner where they're intersects, gotta be brighter, because we got like both teeth in. You draw that rotation for 20 pages, double checking it's right in different angles, and then tell me they're cool. I don't have to, because I work on Photoshop and I just have to do pictures. See? My line of work is much chiller. We don't have to learn exactly how these two dumb bones move. I volunteer as occasional editor for screen clips. Oh, don't worry about editing. Just like you know, using the clip button, I can do that after the stream. I can create clips, and it can be done during the stream as well by anybody. And I always think like I'm gonna make a few because then they appear on the stream and they're like fun little snippets to watch for new people. So I don't think there's need to edit them really. Like, okay, maybe I've seen Oki do it. They have some nice like snippets of stream, like collections of them on YouTube. But I'm not like pressed to do that. Since I'm planning to use a YouTube for more like more prepared video content and like adding some creepy content on there as well. Could be like a separate YouTube channel though. I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought. Teeth snippets. But this mosquito is like looking for the angle to strike me. If you see a mosquito on my face, please shout. Okay. We got a bunch of teeth. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's quite a lot of teeth. So we were mentioning adding another little row, maybe a short one, maybe like 3 or 4. And we could add it right here. Maybe it could like actually obliterate the articulation, like fuse it, so to speak. So maybe we could like add 3 or 4 right here. And where haven't we taken teeth from? I think maybe these 3 or these 4. Maybe these. I think these are a bit clearer to see. We do have some corners that we have to remove, but it'll probably be better. Ironically, the part I messed up was adding an extra layer of phalanges in one panel. Ooh. All that for it. I mean, you could say it's part of the horror, to be honest. I love how you did a whole story about, like a horror story about drawing anatomy. If you guys don't know Faya in chat here, Faya does some amazing comics. Feel free to drop like a self promo here. Drop a little link in chat so people can read Nocturne. It's such amazing little short horror comics. Work is over. Hell yeah, congrats. For the day. Reddit isn't all necessary part of my brain. That is fair. I don't think anybody really understands them well, so you're probably not alone. At the end of the day, it's probably just the best is probably just to learn quick and simplified ways of dealing with those parts of the anatomy and forgetting about like the really technical stuff, because that's for doctors. We got some nice edges around the teeth here. Oh, I forgot I was working on the whole thing. It's fine. So they're gonna be right here, and they're gonna be like destroying this poor joint here. Sorry for the joint. Somewhere like this, and then we can do a normal layer and a soft light. The normal is just going to be to remove some edges I don't love. This is, if I recall correctly, is from something behind. What was it? I don't recall now. This is just going to be to brighten up these two in the middle in a soft way. Because that's for doctors, exactly, but like for doctors that actually work on this kind of stuff. Never touching radius. Not for me, oh no. At some point, if I keep freelancing, I'm gonna have to stop calling myself a doctor. I don't know what the point is, or I have to stop doing it, but I'll have to. Should I? I'll actually keep them slightly larger. Even if the roots kind of pop out of the bone a bit. Also, I don't recall who mentioned to make the bone pop out a little bit from the back. I want to pick a color from here, for example. And in the parts where there's teeth that are near the edge, maybe the other side can just like bounce off a little bit from it. The song says League of Legends, but it's just full of. So there's some. Yeah, it's from a lo-fi album that the League of Legends team actually released from multiple artists, and they specifically allowed it for streaming. So I added it to my playlist. So that's why it says League of Legends, because if it's like arranged by their team. It helps though, knowing what's underneath and the mechanics for landmarks too. I mean, of course. I have a PhD? I don't have a PhD. I just have a med school studies. That's what most people call doctor. don't have doctorates yet. I plan on getting one at some point, but more in research than anything else. Because that's what I like. Got into medicine to do research, and well, now I'm doing arts. But you know, I'm not like closing any doors, so I want to still like keep preparing myself and studying, because I'm not gonna trust art to be there forever and like be a real possibility forever. It might just last a few years, and at some point it'll dry out and I have to look for some other jobs. So I do want to keep all doors open. Oh, Karakin, it's 2:30 here. Okay, you have a great night. Have much fun with those dentates. I shall. Have a good night. That finger wouldn't move properly. Exactly. Like neither this one nor this one. This one would probably have a lot of trouble because it would interfere with a lot of the tendons that actually move your finger. The thumb would probably like have a very hard time bending. So the pinky would probably be the most mobile one, which sucks. Does it make sense to anyone? Look kind of high after a long work shift. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Happens to me. Long days. Imagine having a consultant, someone going, "Oh hell no, I assume you're doing it when you're done with teeth." Imagine my reputation preceding me, but in a bad way. Okay, I want to do a little thing for all the teeth that pop out, yeah. Make a new layer and call this like shadow. It's not really a shadow, but shadow of sorts. So I want to just take a small brush and just everything that pops out, just like the skin. You notice how it has this shadow around it. I'm gonna try to replicate it. The teeth with any area that pops out. Should hopefully give it a small dose of realism. I hope so. Feeling chaotic, I'm feeling devious. Yeah, that one replaces the fingernail. Okay. Going around the whole place. A little bit of edge to things. A bit too much here. Good thing is, since we have the noise on top, just gives everything this texture. So we don't have to bother with that too much. It's sort of done for us. It's from a song, I guess so, for the little notes there. Cult of Dionysus by the Orion Experience. I don't know that song. Summer Drake, this rolls, thank you. Making teeth. It's one of those teeth days. Which channel on the server can I drop? There's a music channel, Haunted Auditorium, I think, or something Auditorium. I don't recall the exact name. Let me drop it there. If you guys are watching, are not on the Discord, and would like a fantastic community of horror artists and just enjoyers of horror art, and just like a very nice and open and accepting place, you'll like the server. It's great. Like, to be honest, the server's gotten pretty big, but it still feels like very, I don't know, kind of familiar. Like, you know everybody in there. It's great. Hate horror, it's so messed up. I agree. Especially body horror and teeth. Oof, who would ever make such a thing? Great community for romancing so far. Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I'm the protector. I don't protect anything. I just sometimes like to mess with folks that are bigots, but also like big thanks to all the mods. Keep an eye on things. Turf dunking. Teeth are always a winner when it comes to body horror. I agree. Something about them, isn't it? So we're now mostly looking to equalize the density, because as I said before, with X-rays we're not talking about lightness or darkness, we're talking about density, because what we see is bright, is more dense tissue. So we're messing with density to kind of equalize it around the bones, the teeth. So the teeth have more or less, like this one I think works very well, for example, as an example, just to show you. So the inside is more or less the same density as the bone, which makes sense, it's kind of hollow. And the top here is actually very hard, very dense, so it's brighter than the bone around it. I'm trying to go for that in most of the teeth. The flatter ones probably wouldn't be so dense on the top. It's mostly on the molars, which are much chunkier. I obviously want to make them feel like teeth, so it's not only about just correctness. It's also about selling the whole idea of teeth growing in your hands. So it's important to not lose that and just make it hopefully as clear as possible that what we're seeing are teeth. I hope it sells, especially with those little rows that we see around. Let me know if it doesn't feel right, or if you came into the stream and it didn't really feel like teeth until you like look at the title or something. Let me know, because that means we need to maybe draw them a little bit clearer, or add more in a more teeth-like formation. So I'd love to know that. Dead Mooncat, thank you for the follow. And also somebody remembered to save 22 minutes ago. I don't know if I did back then, but I'll do it again. So what is the lore here? Are the teeth growing out of the bone? They get lodged in there when something bit them. No, they're growing out of the bone. Exactly. This is for a prompt. We're working on this whole month. We're working every day on a different kind of like mystery prompt. It's called E-Remember. You can see the prompt list and some details right in chat. And the prompt for today, which is actually the one I'm going to post tomorrow, is called calcium hyperproficiency. So it's like a made-up disease where the lore I can have in my brain, and I'll probably write something to the effect around the image, is there's a disease where your calcium absorption gets like really high, and your body like just start producing teeth because it's like doing something with that, with the leftover calcium. And this would be an X-ray from someone who broke a finger because it was very weakened by a tooth growing on it. So there's a tooth and there's a broken finger. Looks like it, but I would forgive someone for thinking it was corn. Definitely looks like teeth even from the thumbnail. That is fantastic. That is exactly what we're going for. So I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I don't know if I should add more. I think we sell the idea well. And I'm seeing this image is pretty finished. If you guys didn't see my previous teeth horror things, I did this one for my Fractal series, which is a series in which like some sort of fractal disease takes over the world and just starts affecting like not only humans, just anything that touches. And this would be like one of its effects, just like growing teeth inside teeth inside teeth. And another one we did, that was another just last week for one of these prompts. The prompt was called Tombstone Teeth. For some reason, it might not have a lot of relation, but what I thought about was, what if instead of having several separate teeth, you just had the one, and it was like, it just covered your whole mouth. So we did that as well. And that's the two past teeth horror things I've done. And this would be my third, so we are slowly building a brand, I think, unknowingly. People are gonna know me as a tooth guy. Salt Thunder, thank you for the follow. Gives great mental image of what the hand would look like outside the X-ray. Imagine like some of them would look like just poking out of the skin just a little. Some of them would just feel like your skin is bulging out or it has something hard beneath it. And some of them like would just fully go out of the skin. Oh my god, it's corn with a K. Too bad real life isn't that horrifying. When you have too much calcium, you just get kidney stones, that is true. And weaker bones. Spanish tooth fairy, that is Ratoncito Pérez. In Spain, and I think at least in most of Latin America, instead of having a tooth fairy, we have a little mouse called Ratoncito Pérez. At least the lore in Spain for Ratoncito Pérez is he lives in a house in Madrid, like he has an address, and you go to that place and it's like a regular street with stores and stuff in the center of Madrid, and there's a little door that someone put there, and it just says Ratoncito Pérez, and it's like his home. It's very cute. I recommend, if you go to Madrid, go visit Ratoncito Pérez home. It's very cute. So yeah, there we go. We got a couple of teeth horror things, and this would be my third one. I'm causing chaos in the world. I like it though. I like doing some medical horror and just freaking people out. It's very fun to freak some people out with these. I think we're done in terms of adding teeth. I'm gonna polish things. There's some that don't look as right to me. I want to make them have a little bit of tissue, like hardened tissue around them, which will make them feel more like they're there, like they're popping out of the bone. Ed said, let's make the world worse. Exactly. See, I was just put into this world to create chaos. Believe it or not. This is not really doing a lot for me. These little bands. Okay. So we're just like reinforcing the bone around them, which hopefully will make them look like more like they're set in there. Like they've actually like naturally grown. And the bone around it just has to adapt, just like in the mouth. People tend to think it's bone as this like static thing that is pretty unchanging. That is a lie. That is a lie perpetrated by Big Bone. Bone is actually a very alive tissue, and it keeps getting remodeled during your life. There are cells within the bone that constantly eat bone, and there are cells that constantly generate it. And there's a sort of equilibrium between them that sort of leave them in the same place. But if you, for example, do a lot of exercise and create a lot of pressure in certain areas of the bones, those will become stronger. Like the equilibrium there shifts into more creation than destruction of bone, so this area becomes tougher. There you go. That's some real life bone lore. Let's fit into this world to create chaos, exactly. Big Bone. Yeah, Big Bone has been lying to you to sell you more bones. I don't know. I lost this metaphor. That index finger specifically helps me in a special way. So happy stumbled across you just now. Oh, thank you. I always wonder if people are coming from, like, mostly from Twitch or from Twitter, because the stats are not, like, very good at telling you. So, shoutouts if you came from Twitch, if you found me through the browser, because it's terrible. It's very bad to try to find people through there. And if you come from Twitch, follow me on Twitter or Instagram to see when I post stuff. And have like a little okay, I'll do socials. I think it is, yeah, there we go. Reminds me of fiber dysplasia, if again. Yeah, that'll be one of the inspirations. You mean there's a live skeleton inside me? Exactly. That's some real life bone lore. I love that quote. You were in my recommended smaller communities tab. Interesting. So actually, Twitch actually has a recommended thing now that does recommend new people. That's good to hear. That's great to hear, actually. I don't think I ever appeared in those tabs. So thank you, Twitch algorithm gods, for once. I'll give you this one. I saw teeth and immediately had to check it out. We do love teeth here. Is it true that all your cells are replaced over 7 years? It's not really. There's depends a lot on the tissue. There's tissues that replace very, very quickly. Like your intestinal lining actually entirely replaces itself in, I think, a week or two. Your skin takes a bit longer, but it's I don't know, in the order of a month or a few months. And then your brain cells, for example, pretty much last your whole life. So it really changes, like how much it takes to replace a certain part of your body. You're becoming imposter every 7 years. If you really think about it, like, how can you even say that you're the same person you were yesterday? How can you say that every time you go to sleep and lose consciousness, you wake up a slightly different person? Are you even the same person you were? Think about it. Freak out a little. Thumbnail caught my eye. It's yeah, it's it's a weird picture I'm working on. I think so. From Twitter gang. I think I discovered you when I saw the Mystery Flash Pit. and Twitter was like, hey, like body horror kid, and now I'm here. Okay, so Twitter algorithm. I do love the mystery flash bit. It's very good. Some great lore. I should like chat about it. Like try to contact the creator of that and set up a collab or something. Sometimes I'd love to work on that universe. Very cool. This looks weird, by the way. I'll just leave it like it is. I won't touch it. Yeah, I miss a few people following. Dead Mooncat, Souls Under, Catty Wampus. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Fleshfit, my beloved. Just a lot of world building for a national park, yeah. You tweet, Donkey on Turfs is great for cleaning the timeline. What is that? Did I get a lot of shitty replies? I did get a bunch of angry people in the quote retweets. Not really anyone that followed me, except for one. I was like, oh, that's virtue signaling. Nobody cares. I was like, I don't care about you following me. I blocked them. No, Twitter. Never change. Or do change. That would probably be better. Taking the replies. Now going to the quote retweets. I don't think I got any negative replies. At least last time I checked. But maybe the turfs already found it and are trying to dunk on me. I don't know. I don't know if there's a lot of chaos in those replies. I might close them down. Just for everyone's sanity. What are turfs? Turfs are TERF, stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. It's people posing as feminists that actually exclude trans women from, like they don't consider them women, or like they feel like they're men intruding in women's spaces or something like that. And they use a lot of rhetoric and there's a lot of discourse around it lately, especially around like J.K. Rowling being like pretty outspoken turf, which is why a lot of people hate her now, including me. Like, screw her. But yeah, she's been like pretty outspoken against trans people, but like paying lip service. It's never like directly threatening, but yeah, you know, they kind of play the game of like discriminating against people, but while saying they're not discriminating against them. So like, no, I love trans people, but you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, fuck turfs. That is the bottom line. And you're in the DMs when you reply, you might want to hide. I'm not gonna hide replies because that just brings attention to them. People just click on the hidden replies to see them. I'd rather just have it get buried into nothingness. It's better to just ignore them, unless it's getting like 1 million likes and people are really ganging up on it. But bit off topic, but that's follow notification is a video. Yes. The notification, I made it by so it actually goes to filter, it goes to blur, Gaussian blur, and it just it pops up here and it just blurs it until it disappears. It was a fun little thing to make. It's transparent, so it pops up on top of my regular Photoshop thing. I don't know, I like doing all these little things to integrate into Photoshop, like my camera actually being a little selection thingy. Yeah, I'll have to close reply soon. Okay, I'll close them after the stream if it's looking like that. Summer Drake, thank you for the follow. Look at that. There's a little Gaussian blur. It goes quick for the follows, because if there's like a lot of follows at once, it can get like Sleepy Bean Sam. Thank you as well. It can get like overwhelming if there's a lot of people coming in. I used to do sounds for every follow, but at times it could get very very messy. So not only the subs and stuff do sounds. Did anything specific inspire this piece? So it started with this monthly challenge that I'm doing called E-Remember, and every day there's a little prompt that's kind of like mystery themed, and the one for today is called calcium hyperproficiency, which is like a fake made up name, disease name, and that's what came to mind, like teeth growing out of places. So I decided to go with an X-ray because, I don't know, X-rays are fun. I had never done something with an X-ray and I always wanted to. So yeah, it's calcium hyperproficiency. I've been going for this, it's a monthly thing, so I've been going so far for the first entire week. I've done 7 little things like this. I'm gonna give you a tour because since there's some new folks that don't know what we've been doing this month, and the thing is, this whole month I'm gonna be streaming pretty much every day. Yesterday I couldn't, for example, but I'm gonna try and aim for a daily stream, and every day I'm gonna make one of these little prompts. So they're not as detailed edits as I usually make, but they're gonna be like one-off little stories, which are usually fun to come up with. Day 1 was Homunculus Museum, so we did some homunculi. Using some dolphin fetuses and some human parts and stuff. It was a fun one to piece together. The second one was called Bug Body and the Salt Dome Excavation. So a bug body is like a naturally mummified body, and we just added one of those as a giant in this quarry, this little excavation. The third one, I already showed it here a while ago, is Tombstone Teeth. So again, teeth themed, and Tombstone Teeth as a prompt just gave me this idea of what if you only had the one teeth and it just covered your whole mouth. So I just made that. The next one, that's actually out here. Next one was called Artificial Salvation Test, and it was, I still have to publish this one because there's still a little video to do with it. But it's about this religious group trying to artificially rapture people, so it only partially works, and these people are, well, partially raptured, so they're missing parts of their bodies. I made 2 pictures for this one. This one's missing their arms, and this one's missing their head, part of it. So they actually, it's going to go up with some audio interviews that we already, like, all the audio is done. I just need to like put them together in video and probably be posted by tomorrow. It's gonna go with audio interviews to both of these like patients, so that's gonna be a fun one. What else? Downloads. Then we did Contain Big Bang, in which we created this eldritch entity that was summoned by accident in inside a particle accelerator. We actually came up with a bunch of like silly lore for it on stream. He's called Greg, and he's actually a sweetheart. He starts by trying to destroy all humanity, but he realizes he's trapped inside the particle accelerator, so he eventually like just stays there. And everybody gets used to Greg, and he eventually like starts liking humanity. Becomes just a bud to everybody. We love Greg. And I actually came across the homunculus one on Twitter without even following you. Well, that's the second time we cross paths. That's fun. I also like the idea of teeth growing where they're supposed to, but without stopping. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot as well. Might be a fun one for a separate teeth edit. If this starts becoming my brand and people start looking towards me for teeth content, for teeth horror, which is a weird thing to say, that might be a good one to like satiate their teeth needs. So this is Greg. We all love Greg. Empanadora. Thank you for the follow. Empanadora, probably. I read that in Spanish as empanadora, like empanada. Because I'm silly. Which ones we did as well? So okay, I got some more in my So this one we did as well the other day. This one is called, the prompt is called Nervous System Ocean. So I just made this huge brain under the water. I accept both pronunciations. Okay. Empanada is better for me then. It's more fun. If teeth is your brand, you'll have to get dentures. Like on top of my real teeth. So I open up my mouth and just 2 sets of teeth. That would actually be cool. Body horror that actually happens in nature is my favorite thing in the world. I'll show you one that you might enjoy. This has been my most popular thing ever. It got like, I think it got like 3,000 retweets on Twitter. And a lot of people believed it because it got like so viral that it really left the horror Twitter sphere. So people just saw it without knowing what they were looking at and thought it was real. And I call this one the mycelium infections. So it's like someone observing a skull, like a long dead skull of this patient from the mycelium infections back in like the 1800 or 1800 and something. And it was like the idea I came up with is this bone that grows, this fungus that goes into the bone and actually uses the structure of your bone to break out into this like ossified structures. It's like mushrooms made out of bone and just spread spores from there. Like it breaks out of the skin, and this one freaked out a lot of people. And I think it was a really fun way to show it, because you're not actually showing this like zombie human that's just spreading spores. It's just showing the aftermath, and you have to imagine what happened. And I think that was like a really effective little point there, little trigger. We love the atmosphere, career. Thank you. Nature can create some gnarly things, I agree. It's giving me chills. I'm gonna nibble that fungus. Please don't. It's bone. It's made out of bone. That'll be a fun project to try to craft in person. Ooh, if you ever do something like that, please let me know. Anytime somebody like tags me like it's inspired on my work for anything, I feel like crying. I'm very, very flattered. That kind of thing. Oh boy, I need to close down a lot of images. So yeah, I really like this kind of body horror. And I also have this series, I just call it Fractal, or the Fractal series, to make it a bit more specific. So I'll actually give you guys a link of to the whole series if you're gonna want to give it a read, but I'll show you the pictures I want to show you right after it. So you got a link in chat there to where you can read it on my website. It's a short story. It's just mainly pictures and a little context to them, because I like telling stories like that, right? Just let the picture tell the story and give it enough context to kind of like push it through and make it like put it in the real world. So it's about this kind of like fractal infection or entity that starts spreading, not only on living things, it just like consumes everything it touches. It touches, like it goes into the air and it creates a fractal hurricane, that kind of thing, right? It eventually starts touching humans, which you'll see at the bottom of it's like the last part I worked on so far. It's unfinished. It's something I'm actively working on from time to time. And the last part actually delved into body horror quite a bit. And where is it? Fractal syndrome here. So I did a fractal eye, which was kind of the main image in this part. I'm really proud of this one. I think it's one of my coolest things I've ever done, probably. Then I did the fractal teeth, which I already showed you back a while ago in the stream, which was one of my, like, the first ever teeth horror thing I actually did. And then I did the fingernails, which were actually the fingernails themselves were taken from this kind of like Mesoamerican like pre-Columbian American tools, like flint, that have this very complicated features to them. So I put them into nails. So they feel like a little bit stony, and that's because what I used was stone, or like flint. Stories. You don't like stories, Fire? Come on. A tour of your work. Yeah, these are some of the main things I'm working on. My main series are this one, the fractal one, and one I call Megalomorpha, which is about these giant bugs that slowly appear throughout history, and the little remnants they leave. And like each, so if you want to read the Megalomorpha series, it's a bit of a longer one to read, because each you can see them here, and I recommend you read them from bottom to top, because the top ones are the most recent ones. So each of them is like a separate story, and I like to kind of like present this whole puzzle about these huge bugs that appear all throughout history, and have this like weird relationship to humans as well. And each story like kind of gives out a little bit of that puzzle, and probably just by reading one story you won't really get what's going on, but by reading a few of them you hopefully start putting the pieces together yourself and coming up with your own interpretation. And there's several possible ones you can come up with, even stuff I didn't even consider. But that's the fun. I'm not giving out the story, I'm just giving out pieces. And it's so fun to work on this one, because each story is kind of its own little world. It all happens in like old times, like in the 1900s, 1920s. There's some more recent ones, but it kind of like jumps through history. So even like old Roman mosaics and stuff like that. So yeah, like the one that keeps getting mistaken for Mothman. Exactly, that's one of them. And I really like the one that keeps getting mistaken for Mothman. For context, I'll show you. I'll put up the browser here, and is this one here, because it keeps getting people could say it's Mothman because it's literally a giant moth. So it's trail cam pictures recovered from a defunct hunting forum, and I made the pictures, and then I made the archived forum screenshots of people discussing it. It's a fun one to read. I tried to go for a very 2005 forum. I actually like went to the Internet Archive and looked at actual hunting forums from the era, and like how people talked, and then their profile pictures. Some of them are like literally taken from hunting forums from the time. So yeah, you got it on the chat if you want to give like the little forum posts here a read. There's a self-insert character called Deviant Val. That's me. That's Valdevia. Can I share a picture of teeth I found? Yeah, of course. Show me the teeth. I like science, not narrative surrounding the discovery. You want science? I can give you science. I enjoy sharing your art to my couple without giving a single piece of context. Please, if you do, okay, I once put this up on Twitter. I don't want to do it too much because I don't want like people to actually spread my stuff as misinformation. But like, I should do that on a Discord because like people know me, and I run no risk there. But make a challenge for people to send one of my works, the one they choose, to somebody I know that doesn't know about me, without any context, and try to see what they believe, and like send me the reactions. I want to see that because those are always fun. Show me the teeth. Ooh, a teeth necklace. That's very high quality. I'm actually saving this to my little collection. Art of Fiji. This the attribution share like. That's cool. I like that. Teeth color. Necklace, sorry. Collar is collares in Spanish. Thank you for the blessing, Sora. Thank you. So I mean, we're just chatting here. I'm just with these streams. I'm planning on like just doing a simpler edits, and that's why. So this is taking 2.5 hours, and a bunch of it was just spent chatting. So like probably like 2 hours on the main thing. So since we're just relaxed here, I like to at the end just review what we've done, like check out a few different things, a few different ideas, and try to come up with different ones for the following prompts. Because calcium hyper proficiency is done. We got the lore, we got everything for it. I just gotta like put it up on text, but I just usually like sort of do it on the go with an idea, but I'll probably just do it tomorrow. I feel like making a non-X-ray edit on that hand. That's true. That could be a fun, if people like this, it could be a fun like sequel to do a real life version of it without the X-ray. Thanks, Sky Storm King. First time here. Phrase of the day is meet Scorpion. I like this phrase of the day. You keep bringing them to me. I might actually make something of them. Also, full tooth here. The full tooth. Ooh. Saving that. Wisdom tooth. So, if you don't know what we're making, we're doing a 30-day challenge called E-Remember. And here, I got all the prompts noted down with like a few ideas that come to mind on pencil. You probably can't read it well, but I just have like some basic ideas. I just note down in red the ones we've done. So, the next one for tomorrow's stream is Rapid Evolution Echo Chamber. Rapid Evolution Echo Chamber. That seems very, very interesting. Somebody suggested yesterday, or no, gotta be 2 days ago, because yesterday I didn't stream. Somebody suggested the concept of carcinization. Do you guys know what carcinization is? I really love this little concept, this little factoid. So, carcinization, actually put a Z instead of a C, but is convergent evolution towards the shape of a crab. So crabs, what we think of crabs, are actually like many different families of many different groups of species that converge to the same shape. It's like this shape is very efficient, so a lot of crustaceans evolved from a different form into a crab-like form independently from each other, and they call this carcinization. I think it's very fun to think about like the goal of all evolution is to get to the perfect form, which is crab. So getting maybe some humans to become crab could be fun. I don't know how I would do it. Like, it may be a task more for someone that does painting or like more concept art type of thing, or like creature design, than for someone like me who does Photoshop. I don't know how I would turn a human into a crab. Maybe I could use a crab as a base, and like use the shape of a crab and just slowly substitute every piece of the crab with a piece of human. Does that make sense? But yeah, actually, let me put myself up there since we're done with the main edit. Both hilarious and terrifying. Yeah, I don't know, like, usually editing humans and like warping them is a very dangerous process. Like, you'll very quickly end up with very uncanny valley results. We can call this the analog horror effects, where they liquefy faces to make them look scary and creepy, and at least to me they just look very fake. I don't like you liquefying faces, guys. I see it at a mile. I see it from a mile. I don't know if it's because I have terminal Photoshop brain and I see Photoshops very quickly, and I see where they were edited just by virtue of having it done for years. But for some reason, analog horror faces, where they just put a face and suddenly like a liquefied version of it, they really don't convince me at all. So yeah, I think editing humans' faces specifically, because we have a very good brain for faces, like our brain is very adept at finding faces and recognizing them. We really easily know when something is going wrong. Picturing like a cover of Animorphs with the person in the middle, I hate that. They were always so creepy. Crabs also have some vanilla textures on them you can play with. Gnarly textures on them. Maybe we actually do it the other way around and crabify a human instead of humanifying a crab. That might be the right choice. Crab legs attached to spine extrusions. So I like what Faya suggests. I like that direction where I'm not trying to warp a human into a crab shape, but I'm actually adding crab features to a human to kind of imply this like evolution towards crab, but without like really warping the human too much. So it's like Faya said, like imagine Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man, but there's crab legs coming from their back, right? We could like shoot it from the back. Maybe we get a picture of a patient in a doctor's office or something, like without a t-shirt, just from the back where we don't see their face, and there's crab legs coming from the back. That could be doable. People shedding their skin and say pincers. Yeah, and in pincers instead of hands. Ultimaros vibes, definitely. I love that. A whole hand falls off and bam, pincer. Like that. Rapid carcinization, such a cool concept. Because what happens to the skin underneath? I agree. Also, I think chat just stopped on my OBS. I gotta have it on my browser here. I see you guys somewhere. Akira was fully rotted my brain. I acknowledge that. That's true. It's a very good thing to rot your brain. Don't do it though. Horror is messed up and should never be encouraged. Says the horror artist that literally did a series about people turning into spiders. You absolute maniac. The skin's hardens really quickly. It would like leave gaps in your skin. Ooh, that is creepy. Could start with nails, since chitin is a common area for us and crabs. No, our nails are not actually made of chitin. We don't have chitin anymore in our bodies. That's just for arthropods. Arthropods? Yeah, the whole family of like crustaceans and insects and stuff. It's like made of the same stuff of like your hair is made of and your skin flakes. So yeah, like keratin, not chitin. Yeah, I was thinking of keratin. Exactly. But it's very easy. Like we're not talking about a human. We're talking about rapid evolution, right? So we're not talking about a human gaining crab genes. We're talking about a human convergently evolving into something that looks like a crab. So keratin could become chitin really quickly. Or like chitin, like it, if you made plates of keratin, like our nails, they could look like scales. So, and you could have like very, very thick skin. Think of an elephant and how their skin is so thick, it actually becomes like big plates of skin with like cornered by like you can see the shapes. It's not scales, but it's scale-like enough. So it's like a human evolving into something crab-like. How hard would it be to make the crab legs growing underneath the skin? You could take crab legs and then just put human skin texture on them, or even elephant skin texture. I think we might be better off if we work on black and white for this one, because color will just add a whole more layer of nonsense. Like black and white here just reduces complications a lot. So color may actually be not too beneficial for that image. Depends on what the base image I found. If I find something actually old school to use as a base, then we'll go with that. Turns out the mutation started in the brain, and before people started getting crab-like features, their behavior showed. I like that. They started behaving like crabs before actually being crabs. You just started walking like this. We wouldn't need Photoshop for that. I could just take pictures of myself walking like this. More compact keratinocytes around areas that bend the least to create armor. Exactly. I'm thinking elephant skin might be our best bet, because it's the closest thing to armor that we probably have in the mammals. So it could be believable that a human could evolve something like that if it wanted to become hard and scaly instead of just having the kind of skin we have. Also no hair, which is a benefit, so I think elephant skin might be the way to go here. So rapid carcinization, definitely a vibe here. I'm here with my little notebook, and I'm gonna erase a few of the other ideas I have, so I can write carcinization and some of the ideas we noted down. So carcinization, I don't know if I wrote it correctly, I hope so. Hard elephant skin, claws, multiple legs. Should we leave it at 4 legs? No. We'll give it multiple legs. Depends on the picture we find. Oh, no, not legs, appendages, limbs. What else? Face. The face becomes crab-like. And the body, if we can, we could make it like very short and stout. So instead of being tall and thin torso like humans have, it could be like just squat. Again, depends on the pictures we find. So these are just ideas noted down for tomorrow. Yes, rapid evolution echo chamber. What a great prompt. These prompts are fantastic, by the way. I encourage anybody who likes either creepy art or wants to practice some creepy art or writing or music or anything that could be inspired from it, to check out the prompt list, which I'm gonna link again in chat because it's probably pretty far away at this point. Check out the prompt list and see if anything like rings a bell for you. It's too cute if they blow bubbles like a crab. Oh, I love that. Are there any situations where convergent evolution carries the same thing so many times? I think it's gotta be worms and snakes. Like there's worms from many different families or like clades or don't know how to call them, like different parts of the animal kingdom, and even like snakes would be a version of that. So worms is probably the ideal life form, and carcinization is a bit of a meme, so I like using it. The worm is probably the ideal form. You may not like it, but this is the peak male form. It's the worm. Picture of a worm. This is what peak performance looks like. Look at Sarah bringing up articles to an internet detective here. Invertebrates really have it figured out. Even like vertebrates that imitate invertebrates. They know what they're doing. Okay, I'm gonna do vignettes. It looks good in here. It's gonna be pretty square though. Kind of like this. A bit more feathered and... Okay. And then we just choose somewhere where we like it. Gonna go more round actually. Just leave the midpoint. Something like this. Oh, to be a worm. The ribcage could open to form the hardened... Ah! Thanatian. This is horrifying. Open ribcage. Forming the I'm noting this down. We could go several different ways, just from the ideas we've gathered so far. But open ribcage, if we can manage it, maybe we'd need to do like the skeleton of this human, because we could say like they did tests to create like rapid human evolution, and these people that were evolved ended up dying, and we just got their skeletons left. So we see the skeleton of a carcinized human you get it. I work with animals. I think about evolution constantly every day. Imagine evolving into a crab. If a person could evolve. That is such a horrifying idea, the ribcage. That is genius. I'm noting this down in big letters. Open ribcage forms top. So maybe we work with a human skeleton instead of working with a live human, which would simplify things a lot and probably look much better. Again, I'll find pictures before the stream tomorrow, or if I don't have time, we can just find them during the stream. The crab bursts forth. Big fan of the natural history angle. Yeah, I think it might look better, to be honest. You do take photos during your cadaver studies. I don't think that was legal. Taking a selfie. Could you imagine? Do you want me to start looking at X-rays? No, not X-rays. Just like a full-on skeleton, like a model, or like a prepared skeleton, right? So there's like, you can see the anatomical models, and like prepared with wire, connecting all the bones between them. We can start working with from somewhere like that. Actual skelly, yeah. I don't mind if it's plastic. We can just make it look like real bone. And if the picture is like grainy and old enough, that's not going to matter much. Actual skelly. I think it's going to be more fun to work with that. Okay, I just gave it a little bit of vignette. It always looks good. I do need to sign it. I nearly forgot this. So I guess a little context for all the new folks here today. I always sign my pictures in the same way, which is adding this symbol, which looks like, if you notice, it's a V, it's an A, it's an L if you wanna, that's optional, which just forms Val, or the first part of my nickname or my username. So it also, like, if you want it, it can also be, even if you disregard my nickname, if you take my real name, and my surname is valdés-hevia, which is what forms Valdevia. So if you take the V and the H, this is a V, and this is the H, right? So it works on several levels. Anyway, this is my signature, and I like to include it every time in kind of like in an integrated way, so that it's it kind of fits inside the world of this picture. How challenging would it be to edit this? That could actually work. Copyright, yeah, it's public domain. That is good. I mean, it's not a great picture. It's a little bit like moved. On a bench, we could use it. In a bench, or however the expression is. Dramatic shot of a skeleton. Ooh, I like that. Could be a bit harder to work with, but again, it's CC0. Always perfect to use public domain, or CC0, which is equivalent. So yeah, both of these are very good options. Pathetic, yeah, it's looking at you. Okay, so signature, that's what we're talking about. I always sign my pictures like this, but trying to find a natural way of including it into the picture. Obviously, we have an L here. We could just turn the L into my signature. It's lazy, it might be lazy, and the L is kind of necessary in the thing. Or we could include it like next to the L, like maybe it's here, but it's made of the same stuff. It's like made of the same metal. Okay, we got some more skellies. Thank you, Sora. What is this? It's fighting with the goats. I like it. All of this could be used, even if in little parts. Like maybe the second last to last one you send can be used as like just for bone references, and they're all public domain, so it's all fantastic to use. Taking all of these. So yeah, these are great, Sora, thank you. Sora is our resident internet detective. They are able to find anything. Pretty much. I mean, there's things that are just not being possible to find on the internet, but they're always out there doing the detective work or finding images. Okay, so what I was thinking was using this at a smaller size, like we're doing right now. Putting this below. And actually just cutting it up into little bits to... Let's actually do this. Then we can copy it, flip it vertically, horizontally, and create a straight line with them. So now we combine them, we copy them as many times as we need. Like so, we got the V and the A. Now it's this one is gonna go into lighten. Oh, I'll just manually cut it. Oh, the links with the commas. Oh, you put it on the bit.ly. That's smart. Bit.ly or however that is. That one's very good. That one might be the most likely candidate for. Well, when you zoom in, it's not that great. But it's a great option so far. Invisible text there. This one is very small though. That's a problem. 730 pixels. My room is an oven. I'm melting. Oh, it is summer for you. The poor soul. Well, you have a good night. Oh, good. No, it's morning for you. God damn it. You have a good day. I'll be seeing you tomorrow for customization if you're here. Afternoon already. Yeah, of course, it's late for me. Can't believe how fast time goes. I started late today, which doesn't contribute or doesn't help with that. Let's see. You're finding so many good ones today, Sarah. I think we'll have no shortage of them, which is great. Okay, so I'm gonna just expand that. Looks decent. I don't want it to look too stretched, but it's a detail, so it doesn't matter a ton. What is that? Skeleton of a chimpanzee. Ooh, interesting. So I guess a bunch of these could be used. Like we're gonna use one as a base, and we can use the others as textures. Yeah, working with the skeleton is gonna be our best shot. I guess for people who are jumping in, we're talking about the tomorrow's prompt in this 30-day challenge, which is how is it? Rapid evolution echo chamber. So something about rapid evolution, and we're going to be working with a human skeleton, so we can edit it into, hopefully if we do it well, we can edit it into a crab-like being. So it's going to be a rapid human carcinization experiment, which promises to be really fun. Beautiful and big. Ooh, that is nice. That is indeed very big. Those like are wooden pieces, actually. Okay, interesting. Wooden skeleton. Could be useful for some of the shapes if we change the textures. I think that link is broken. Yeah, it broke. I think there might be a comma or something somewhere. God damn it, links with commas. How annoying they are. Here, thank you. Alright, that's quite good. I like that. Well, I think we got plenty, Sora. You don't have to worry anymore. I think we'll have no shortage of human skeletons in like display. Since it's a common thing in like museums and stuff. We'll be good, we'll be good. Crab pictures? I don't think we'll need crab pictures. We'll just or we can find them as we need, like different level pieces, but we'll only like full crab pictures. I don't think so, at least. Since we're just trying to imitate the shapes of a crab, but not really the like the full thing, if that makes sense. So I might do like a little crab leg here and there. But it's something I can just be gotten in a second through here. So there's no need to go search for it far and wide. Thank you. Your contributions are so useful. Or as the resident detective. Internet hunter. The Shape of Crab is my favorite Del Toro movie. If Del Toro ever notices me on Twitter, I will pitch this idea to him. How about that? Okay, I think that looks decent. Maybe then a little bit more shadow around some areas. Horseshoe crab, I like them. Just watch Antlers. Love that. Do a great crabby movie. He could absolutely do. I mean, I believe at this point, I believe that he could do anything, any kind of movie, and he'd do a great job. I believe he could, but he should be doing weird horror, because that is what I love from him. I like fairy tale things. Okay, we got a signature. It looks looking pretty good. Now let's apply all the filters on top. Oh, I love horseshoe crabs. They're cute. I mean, I understand that they might creep you out, but I like them personally. Anyway, we got a bone, or sorry, our teeth hand. God, yo, people are gonna know me as a teeth guy, aren't they? Like, this is gonna be a thing. I'm afraid of the reputation I'm building for myself. Oh, to be a human spider crab. Sorry. Well, the SCP cryptid teeth guy. Oh my god. Because, okay, my brand currently, like my brand, like, you know, what people know me for, what I call my brand, is currently bugs and fractals. Like, I'll get people DMing me on Twitter, like random people, just sending me pictures of fractal things, because of things that look like fractals, because they think they fit my vibe. So that's how I know what my brand is like what kind of weird like messages from randoms I get of like, oh, this will inspire you. It's usually either cool bugs, people send me cool bugs, or people sending me like weird fractal stuff happening in nature. So I guess that is my brand. And if people actually start sending me teeth stuff, I'm screwed. Embrace the teeth. The list keeps getting longer. Yeah, my brand will become too diluted. At some point I'll just be the Photoshop guy, the Photoshop horror guy, since there's not a lot of us. How are you, Sam? Hope you're doing well. We're doing, as you can see, today we've done, now we're just chatting for a little moment, but we've been doing teeth hand. What if we just sent you crabs? I would be worried, since I've never done it, anything involving crabs. I mean, I would get it from you guys from chat, because we've talked about crabs today. I would assume it's you guys. If anyone on Twitter, my DMs are open only if you send me pictures of fluffy moths at random intervals. That's a very fair request to make. Who doesn't love a good fluffy moth? The Photoshop SCP Cryptid UCR teeth guy. My poor brand getting so diluted. I'll have to. So after this month, there might be. I don't know if there's a more e-remember prompt that could fit teeth. Not that really jump out to me. Like we could fit it into some, like Hawkstream tampering or cross-species graft experiments. Uncanny Valley origins. Okay. There's one on the 28th. That's the end of the month, so we got time to think about it. But it just came to mind. There's this prompt called Uncanny Valley origins. What if we tried to do a human that is the most uncanny valley? Like we jump deep into the uncanny valley and just try to take a regular picture of someone. It could even be me or whatever. And just edit it in slight ways so that it feels uncanny and nobody can put a finger on why. Then we just can make some lore about it. Like those Ariel anime girl masks. Exactly, that's the vibe. You already that is true. Should I just post a picture of Mark Zuckerberg? Like what? Like yeah, exactly. Like the ones, those anime masks are incredibly creepy. They're so uncanny. So I think Uncanny Valley Origins is gonna be just us taking a regular picture of a human and messing with it in fun ways. That's gonna be that should be a fun stream as well. We could even take or maybe okay. It is for the 28th, so we got time to plan it and change ideas if we need to. I sent out a request. Everyone in chat. When do we do that stream? Like, don't need to do it now. It's just an idea for now. I ask everyone in chat if they want to send me a picture of their face, and completely anonymized. I'm not going to tell who's who. I edit them into something uncanny, like just front-facing pictures, and then we put them in a little mosaic, and we just say like this is like this group of humans has been discovered who are not really human and are like kind of in our society, and nobody's really noticed because they pretty much look human, but if you look closely at them, something like that. So we actually use pictures from everybody. Could be like organized on the Discord or something. I'll probably organize it on the Discord beforehand because it might be chaos if we just do it live on stream. Make the skin look like it has no pores. Yes, that could be fun, right? Yeah. Okay, yes, I did. Okay. I will send a pic of Mark Zuckerberg. That one doesn't need any editing, which is great. Okay, so that we got time. We got time. You guys, everybody, be on the Discord when it happens. You got a link to the Discord there if you aren't on it already. You'll see it's a big Discord. There's a lot of channels, but the ones on top, on the below the introduction and all that, are the e-remember specific channels. There is where people can post their e-remember arts, and there's one for discussion. I'll probably make like a little thread there, or just do an open call there for people to send me their pictures sometime before the 28th, so sometime later in the month. So if you guys want to participate, just keep an eye in there, and if you want to get there's a role you can get in the welcome in the welcome tab of the server. You can get a role, which is the last one you can get, called e-remember participants. I'll probably tag that, so if you want to get notified, get that role, and you'll know. I very much hate putting pictures of myself on the internet, but I'll edit it and I'll anonymize it. I'll have everybody send it to DMs, so nobody knows who's who. So people can just send their face and know that people can't really associate it with them. If that serves to you guys. I feel like that might be And if you later want to say like, yeah, that was me, you can say it. But that's to maintain people's privacy. I don't want to like, you know, I want to get into that. So Uncanny Valley origins. I'll actually note it down. So I don't forget, because it's still in a few days for now. So I'll tag and remember the participants. I don't know how many we'll get to, but we can probably do a few, and as many as we can get to, since it's just going to be small edits to make them uncanny. Yeah, I think that's going to be a very fun idea. Okay, it's all noted down. So that one I'll mark it as I already have the pictures. Just put a little symbol there. Yeah, absolutely. I can send you yours individually. I can do a little mosaic, but if anyone wants theirs individually, I can send them. There's this very fun feature on Photoshop that they just added, which is AI based, and it's slightly janky, but since it's janky, it actually makes some very uncanny results. And I can give it a try, because it's quite quick to use. I'll actually save this. Well, I won't close it. It's fine. And I'll quickly get just a picture of mine. Just get it from my, let's see, somewhere from one where I'm just on my own. I don't drag anybody into this without them knowing. Okay, I think I've used this one before for this exact purpose, so it would work. This is a picture from last year. And what I'm gonna do is Ctrl J to copy this. Then I'll do a little crop. It's just my face. Would ectrodactyly examples work for the hands? Possibly. The thing is finding, like, we could recreate something in that vein, if you got what I mean. Like more of as an inspiration than actually using pictures, because first you gotta find them public domain or CC, and second, I don't actually like feel too comfortable using images of actual diseases to make body horror. But we can do like something in that vibe, if you get what I mean. So this is a new thing in the newer versions of Photoshop: neural filters, and it's a great way to completely fuck up a face. So you go to Smart Portrait here, put it here in the center, and zoom in a little bit. And it takes a little moment because it's done in the cloud through Adobe servers. So I'm actually gonna make myself very happy. Let's see what it does. This means it's loading. It takes a second always. Oh boy, it's taking a second. It's gonna fuck up my face. Oh god. See, this is already, we are deep into the uncanny valley. I can also just change my age a bit. So I'm gonna make myself older. Maybe like, yeah, plus 29. I don't know if that counts as years. Okay, I'm gonna reduce my hair thickness. I'm gonna bald myself. Okay, that's pretty decent. There's some decent stuff, but it falls into the uncanny so quickly. It's not terrible, but it's uncanny. Editing faces just becomes uncanny so quickly. I'm gonna up surprise, as my happiness is also up. So I'm happy and surprised, and now I'm also angry. So as you can see, the more you play with the sliders, the less human you become. And now we're so deep into the uncanny valley, we were not getting back ever. Now I'm gonna turn my gaze all the way to the right, which, if this works like I'm thinking, it might turn my eyes entirely black. Let's see what it does. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're turning into a ghoul. We can turn my head direction to the left, for example. Yes, and the light direction is going to come from the right. Yes, that's perfect. Now, experimental settings. Now we'll tell them to actually not retain the unique details of my face and see what it does. Oh boy, it made me slimy. It made me slimy. Why? And now that's just a mask. I can pull up a little bit. Ooh. Okay, I'm actually gotta try to fit it to my actual neck. Will that work? Okay. Gotta be there. Can't fit my neck slightly. Yeah, that should do. So that is me. How do you feel about that? And if we tell them to retain all unique details, that's the most like weird. That's the weirdest slider. It actually, I think it forces Photoshop to retain some pixels from the original, and if you tell it not to, it generates its own. So this person is me. Run through some AI. Actually, I'll reduce happiness to 0 to -50. Oh boy, it's getting angry now, and I'll make him unsurprised. Oh boy, now it's just very angry. I'll also reduce anger to 0. How is that me? In what world is that me? That looks nothing like me. If I tell her retain the unique details, let's see what it does. Well, it actually looks a bit more like me because it's trying to keep the nose. Oh god. Reduce happiness to 0. Sounds like a good prompt. This is all being saved right now. All the steps in this process are being saved. I should clip it later. Someone make a clip for this. And well, as we play with expressions. Oh, whoa! Now it's just very surprised. Yeah, we can leave those as 0. Yeah, just kind of happy to see us. Just William Dafoe. I hate this. It's so cursed. It's just making this face. I put in the screenshots in the server. Thank you for your service. Now, what if I turn the hair thickness all the way up? Oh boy, that is very long hair, looking like a very snazzy old man. Let's see if we return facial age to mine. Still very creepy. Let's see. Now we'll run back the clock. We'll actually remove age from my face. Like if you do it a little, I bet it can just like smooth the skin and make the hair look more, I think. But what if we run it all the way down? What if I turn myself into a baby? A bearded baby? Look at this. It's so creepy. This is Photoshop, y'all. Look at this. Look at this dude. It doesn't look anything like me. Looking smooth as hell. Come on, reduce hair thickness. A bald baby. Ooh, look at this bald baby. My head is just disappearing into the ether. Well, as you can see, that is Photoshop neural filters, and it just turns anybody into some sort of blob. Look at that, look at that. It turns people into blobs, which is very fun. It looks like an alien trying to draw you from memory. Absolutely. So Uncanny Valley, the Uncanny Valley prompt could very well do with something like that. Just giving slight tugs to these sliders on some of the people. Not doing to all of them because they'll look samey. Just giving them all slight tugs into different directions to just make the faces ever so slightly weird and smooth. Could be fantastic. Could be like a speedy workflow for our little experiment. People are losing it in general. Understandably. Oh, that's gonna be fun. The 28th, mark the date. That'll be the 27th at night, since I'm usually making them one day beforehand. So, whew, that'll be a fun one. I hate this guy. Like, stop looking at me like that. What do you want? It's like parody version of me. But yeah, running through some of you guys through this will be quite the adventure. In any case, tomorrow we got Rapid Evolution Echo Chamber as a prompt, which I think we already have like a pretty good idea of what we want to do, even though we don't have like the execution figured out. But that we can figure it out down on the fly. The next one, so the one for 2 days from now, because we can start like conceptualizing it, is Black Hole Winter. I don't know what to do with Black Hole Winter. It could be like a black hole in the horizon somewhere. Pretty simple edits. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it could be. What could be done with. Couldn't take a screenshot of you making the same face as a guy. It's on the VOD. We can get it back. We can even like just clip it and have it as a little video so it appears on the channel. I wish I could lend you this novel I mentioned. No, I can try to find it online in any case. Black Hole Winter. I'll have to figure something out. Black Hole wearing Santa hats. We just suddenly, from all the serious prompts, we suddenly do this and no context, like just present it as seriously as possible. That'll be fun. Black Hole Winter, like nothing comes to mind really. So it might be like the one from yesterday we were supposed to do was Repurposed Soul Star, like Repurposed Soul colon star. We couldn't come up with anything good for it, so we actually ended up going with a completely different prompt from the extra ones, which is a great feature of this. Where is it? Let me try and find it. We went with Nervous System Ocean. That's the one we did the other day, as opposed to the one that was supposed to be done that day, which is Repurposed Soul Star. So we could always, if Black Hole Winter, we can't come up with anything for it, we can just go to the extras and buy one of them. Like metal illness sounds pretty fun. Could be another medical thing where people turn into metal, like metallic in some way. Metal illness. I think it's just a play on mental illness, but we could make it serious and fun. So yeah, we got options if we can't come up with something for Black Hole Winter. So I'm not like super worried. It's for 2 days from now. So we can chat about it tomorrow, just like today we did for the Rapid Evolution experiment. Black hole ate the sun, and the only season we experienced with actually, like, maybe it's the last moments of our solar neighborhood where the sun has actually imploded into a black hole, and as we slowly getting pulled into it year by year. We have no light So it's constantly night and it's getting colder and colder and colder. So it just becomes like our final winter. But like that's a very fun world building thing. But making just a picture and edits out of it, it feels like I don't have anything. Have you seen the Mandalorian smelling video? I've actually, somebody sent it to me or commented earlier today. I saw pictures of it. It looks very fun. It looks very cool, and it's completely my vibe. So I gotta watch it. It's very interesting. Think about it so much. It's not Twilight Zone episode. Which one, the black hole or the Metalosis Maligne? Dying Sun. I never watched Twilight Zone. It never came up in Spain. I don't think I ever saw it on TV here. So I need to like go search for it. But it seems like it would be my vibe. Here's another fun little prompt that's coming out in a few days. Amniotic tank experiment. Completely feels like it could be a sequel to the homunculi we did on the first day. This one. Maybe it could be like a grown-up version of them or something. We could do the little sequels to ones we'd already done. Could be an idea. We can like connect some of them. I don't know. That's what comes to mind at least. We could probably find other original images, ideas as well. But yeah, I think my voice is breaking, so I think it's the time where I recall the stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little teeth adventure here. So we make our third ever teeth edits, and it slowly becomes our brand. Yeah, I got water here, but my voice is just starting to break a little bit. So it's just usually a good indication that I've been talking a lot for a long time. So yeah, welcome to all the new folks. So many new folks today coming from Twitch. I think the Twitch algorithm was just really benevolent and gave us a recommended for the first time ever. So that's good. I guess thank you algorithm for noticing me today. Thanks for the 2p time. A lot of teeth today. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as it can be enjoyed without being horrified. Anyway, thank you guys. It's a pleasure. Streams pretty much every day this month, so I'll be here tomorrow if you guys are free. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for carcinization of humans, turning humans into crabs. That should be fun. So until then,